Voyager 1, after 4 decades of cruising the universe, just dropped a major update. It was only supposed to last 5 years, but it's blown past that. Now it's spotted 300 weird things floating around in deep space. This has totally changed how we see things, because these objects appear to be leftovers from ancient star explosions. Come explore what Voyager 1 found. Before, we were stuck studying just our solar system. Now, Voyager is sending back info from way out there. Back in August 2012, Voyager 1 crossed the border of our solar system called the heliopause. Getting there wasn't easy. As it got further from the sun, the power for its stuff started running low. The probe gets electricity from 3 generators that turn heat from decaying plutonium into power. But these generators are getting weaker, which means less power for everything. Instruments, computers, and even sending messages. To save juice, they've had to shut off or stand by some things. Since the power is still going down, they might have to turn off important parts to keep Voyager running longer. Probably won't last much longer, but it's still sending back amazing data. The huge distance between Voyager 1 and Earth makes staying in touch tough. The signal is weaker out there. It now takes over 21 hours for messages to reach us. Plus, the signal gets messed up by space radiation, making it harder to get data. Also, the temperature is super different out there. Inside our solar system, it was closer to the sun and warmer. Now it's freezing cold. Voyager 1 has detectors to measure space dust, but with its limited power, talking to Voyager 1 is harder. NASA's giant antennas have to catch its signals, so we don't get to talk to it as much as we used to. Still, here's the crazy part. Voyager 1 saw 300 mystery objects floating around. Scientists are scratching their heads. Are these pieces of old space stuff leftovers from far-off star systems or something totally new? Usually, Voyager's info is easy to read, but this data was all jumbled up, creating more head-scratching. Even crazier, Voyager 1 kept working fine. The signal to Earth was good, and NASA got the data. Also, none of Voyager's safety systems went off, so it wasn't in danger. So, what's with the weird data? Could radiation or space particles be messing with it? Or is it something we've never seen before? The only thing was to check everything. NASA looked at all the parts, thought about how space radiation could screw up the electronics, and how the cold could damage the sensors. Maybe something happened when Voyager crossed into interstellar space that messed up the data, but it didn't pass through a place with lots of interference. The team also checked Voyager 1's communication systems, watched how static could change the signal, or maybe even the probe being slightly off. They looked at all possibilities. They went through every piece of the spacecraft, thinking about how space rays might impact the hardware and how thermal shifts could ruin the sensitive instruments. The diagnosis took weeks. The team used fancy data tools, tweaked programs, and ran simulations to find out what was causing the weird stuff. After months of working at it, NASA scientists fixed the data stream from space. It turned out the problem was with the Attitude and Articulation Control System, AACS. A computer that wasn't meant to be used had turned on after years of sitting idle, and it was messing up the data. However, Voyager's other stuff kept working and collected data. To fix it, engineers sent commands to Voyager 1, telling the AACS to switch back to the right system. It was low risk, but it took time. Because of the distance, each message took almost 22 hours. Because Voyager 1 was built ages ago and had been running well since launch, fixing this required engineers to dig up old manuals from the 1970s. Through this review, the engineers found the remedy. The engineers fixed the data system without screwing anything else up. The engineering team's hard work brought Voyager 1 back. It shows how important old documents are when dealing with problems on space missions. Engineers think another part sent a bad command that made the computer turn on. This means there might be an underlying issue. Managers are hopeful, saying this problem won't stop Voyager 1 anytime soon. Once fixed, the spacecraft started sending good data again. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you next time. As Voyager 1 keeps going through space, its recent finds are important. Spotting 300 mystery objects probably made of plasma from supernovas has excited scientists and made them wonder what else is out there. These plasma clouds from exploded stars show our space history. Scientists want to study them to learn how stuff moves across the galaxy, how stars die, and how the ingredients for new stars spread out. This mission reminds us that Voyager 1 is still exploring and changing how we view space. It might be old, but it's still one of the best things we've ever sent out there. Its instruments are old, but they still work thanks to careful power use and the team's work. Every data packet is amazing. What makes this even cooler is the Golden Record, a space-time capsule with sounds and images from Earth. It's meant to show our planet to aliens. The record has greetings in 55 languages, songs from Beethoven to Chuck Berry, and sounds like babies crying and ocean waves. This creation by Carl Sagan is more than science. It's a message with humanity's art, feelings, and desire to see the universe. Soon, Voyager 1's mission will end. Its power is running low, which means most of its instruments will be off by 2030. But it will keep drifting, carrying our story. Voyager 1 shows that exploration is more than finding. It also inspires us. As we wait for Voyager 1's next message, we're grateful for what it's taught us and how it inspires us to look up and dream. Voyager 1 has dust detectors to measure how much stuff is floating around in space. However, because it's running on fumes, contacting Voyager 1 is getting intense. NASA has to use its global antenna network to catch its signals, so we don't get to talk to it as much as we used to. But here's the crazy part. Voyager 1 spotted 300 mystery objects floating in interstellar space. Scientists are scratching their heads because this challenges what we know about space. Are these pieces of old space junk, leftovers from other star systems, or something totally new? Normally, the info Voyager sends back is easy to understand. But this time, the data was all jumbled, raising a lot of questions but not giving many answers. Even weirder, Voyager 1 kept working fine. It was still talking to Earth and the signal was steady, so the data was getting through. And none of its safety systems went off, so it wasn't in danger. So what's up with the weird transmissions? Could it be space radiation messing with things? Or is it something completely new that we don't understand yet? The only thing to do was look at every possibility. NASA checked everything on the probe, thinking that radiation might be messing with the electronics, or temperature changes could be messing up the sensors. Some people thought something happened when Voyager crossed into interstellar space that messed up its data. But Voyager 1 wasn't in an area where a lot of stuff was happening, so that didn't seem likely. The team also looked at Voyager 1's communication systems, checking for problems from space, static, or even tiny changes in the probe's position. They tried to figure out every possible reason. Every part of the spacecraft was checked. Took them weeks to figure it out. They used fancy computer tools, worked out algorithms, and ran simulations to find out what was causing the problem. That was the only way to solve it, and it worked. After months of trying to read the strange signals, NASA scientists finally got clear data from interstellar space again. The problem was with the Attitude and Articulation Control System, or AACS. Turns out, a computer on board that wasn't supposed to be used kicked in, and it messed up the data being sent out. The rest of Voyager's systems were fine. To fix it, engineers sent commands to Voyager 1 to switch the AACS back to the right system. It was a low-risk fix, but it took forever. Because of the distance, each message took almost 22 hours to go back and forth. So they had to plan everything carefully. One tricky thing was that Voyager 1 was built a long time ago and had been working perfectly since it launched. So, to fix a modern problem, the engineers had to dig through old documents from the 1970s, which they did. In the end, they found a simple solution, fixing the data system without messing with anything else. The engineering team's hard work and skill were key in getting Voyager 1's transmissions back to normal. They showed how important it is to use old documents with new technology to solve problems on space missions. Engineers believe that the computer switch was probably caused by a bad command from another system on board. This suggests there might be a bigger problem in Voyager's systems. Mission managers are still optimistic, saying that this glitch doesn't threaten Voyager 1's mission. Once fixed, the spacecraft went back to sending reliable data. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and check you later. As Voyager 1 keeps going through deep space, what it's finding is really important. Discovering 300 weird things, probably plasma clouds from supernovas, has made scientists all over the world excited and curious about what else is out there. These plasma clouds, leftovers from exploded stars, tell us about our space history. Scientists think that studying what they're made of and how they move can tell us how stuff travels through the galaxy, how stars die, and how the pieces for new star systems break apart. This mission reminds us that Voyager 1 is still useful. It's still exploring and changing how we think about space. Even though it's old, it's still one of the coolest things humans have ever made. Its instruments, though old, are still working because of careful power management and the hard work of the team supporting it. Every new bit of data it sends back is awesome. It's like hearing a distant voice from billions of miles away. What makes this even better is the golden record on board Voyager 1. It's like a time capsule with sounds and images from Earth, made to show our planet to any aliens that might find it. The record has greetings in 55 languages, music from Beethoven to Chuck Berry, and sounds like a baby crying and ocean waves. This record is more than science. It's a message. It shows humanity's creativity, kindness, and desire to explore the universe, even if just to say that we were here. Looking ahead, researchers are getting ready for the end of Voyager 1's mission. This power is running out and it's only going to last a few more years. By 2030, most of its instruments will probably be shut down. But the probe will keep floating through space, a silent message from Earth, carrying the story of its creators. Voyager 1 reminds us that exploring is more than finding new things. It's about making an impact. It teaches us that trying to find knowledge always matters, no matter how far away we go or what we find when we get there. So, as we wait for Voyager 1's next message, we're thankful for what it's taught us, what it's shown us, and the hope it gives to anyone who looks up and dreams.